Okay, so welcome to week 9. Week 9, I am recording these videos, so you remember back at week 5 when I had this shirt on? That's because it's still the same time for me. I recorded the Start Here video in week 1, and I recorded week 5, and then week 9, these are all together. Makes me kind of feel like a time traveler, I'm not gonna lie. Probably more so for you. Anyways, it's like I recorded a video before my death. Let's hope I don't die. Okay. So first and foremost, you're already watching this video, so just keep on keeping on. After that, we're picking up the rhetoric book again, and we're reading chapter 6, pages 283 to 339. Not the entirety of chapter 6, because chapter 6 is really long. And I think chapter 6, I'm looking here, it goes from 283 all the way to, ow, hit my eye last night on a bed frame. Oh, it goes all the way to 424. So that's like, was that like 200 pages? Almost 200 pages. So don't read all that. All I want you to read is 283 through 339. Now that is like half, that's like 50 pages or something like that. But it is important information because we're looking at how to integrate sources and how to put those into your paper correctly. Now that you're actually getting into, let's see, what are we doing this week? So what else are we doing this week? You're getting into your thesis development for writing project 3, and then writing project 2 you did incorporate sources. I'll definitely admit that, but the thing is about this one, now you're trying to compile sources, and for lack of a better term, you're pitting them against one another, and you have to be able to do that without bias. So this definitely talks about that, so read that. Once you've done that, go ahead and answer this question in how many words? On at least 150 words. What is the issue? What's the, oh, sorry, that's a different one. So also, along with chapter 6, read page 190 to 192. It's a pretty good analysis essay. I think it's called, I forget the name of it. Let me look. Oh, right, it talks about polygamy. So that's kind of interesting, right? Talking about multiple wives or married, or I guess husbands. I don't know too much about it. It does outline a little bit in this essay, though. So what is the issue here? Obviously, we're talking about polygamy, but what is the actual issue? Like, what's the problem with it? What is the author's position on polygamy? What is society's position, which is, you know, not necessarily a good one, but and then how would you respond to this guy's essay? I think it's a guy, right? I forgot. Pretty sure it's a guy. That'd be interesting to hear about it from the woman's perspective. I don't think I've ever heard that. Libby Copeland. There we go. So read that essay and talk to me about what you find there, and then be sure, let's see, where are we at? Oh yeah, so along with your reply, also talk about, also go to other people's response, see what they have to say, and then reply to what they have to say by doing this. So be sure to find one where you and your peer are in opposition, so where you guys differ. So if they say polygamy is good, you say polygamy is bad, what's the dividing line there? Now it gets a little bit more difficult because a lot of people are kind of against polygamy, and so if you guys are both against polygamy, what could be, where's one point in your stance where you differ? An easier way to think about this is when you talk about abortion. One of the things that I think some people are, so for instance myself, my wife doesn't believe in abortion at all, but me, I am kind of not necessarily on the fence, but I believe in abortion at a particular point. So for instance, I think the time of death, whenever you record a person's death, is I think when the electrical impulses in the brain stop, right? And so I say that if that's the time of death, where's my hand? If that's the time of death, then why shouldn't the time of life be considered the opposite whenever the electrical impulses begin? That's around 12 weeks, and so in order to ensure that, you know, life hasn't began at that point, I say go back to 8 weeks. And so to make sure that there is no electrical impulse there, and plus, you know, they could be inaccurate as far as the weeks go, so there may be 1 week give or take as far as how far along the woman is in the pregnancy. So my response to my wife, even though both of us are kind of against abortion in one frame of mind, we differ in the fact that I would allow it before 8 weeks, whereas she probably wouldn't. So that might be where the opposition is. Now, 2, where are you and your peer in agreement? So with me and my wife, we're obviously in agreement that we both don't really, support abortion. Not that there aren't reasons for it, but I would just say, she thinks that, where are we at? There we are. She doesn't believe that, abortion should happen in just about any case, but I think that, in general terms, if excluding rape and things like that, just generally speaking, my wife would say, no abortions. I would say that abortion could take place 8 weeks and before. So we both think that abortion should not take place, excluding rape and everything like that. But I think that it could happen at 8 weeks. So that's kind of where we agree in that it shouldn't happen, but then we disagree in the fact that I think it can happen under these certain situations, excluding rape and all those things. Of course, if that's a completely different argument in my opinion. But anyways, that's the reason I say that, not because I'm trying to push my opinion, but because I'd like to exemplify what I'm looking for here. So, what is the issue? Polygamy. Explain to me what the actual problem is, though. What is the author's position? What is society's position, and how do you respond to this essay and why? And then also read one other person's feedback, and in your reply talk about where you guys are in opposition, and then also talk about where you guys are in agreement. After you do that, watch the thesis video, and down here work on actually developing your thesis. Make sure you follow the SOAR acronym. A lot of people miss that for some reason. I'm not too sure why. By week 9 we've talked about it at least 9 times. And then down here is the works cited page. Again, this is the works cited page, only the citations. We don't need the summary, the assessment, and the reflection that you did in your original annotated bibliography. We just need the citations for this. Whatever you're going to turn in actually with the essay, that would be your citations on the works cited page, last page of the essay. So that's what I want here, not the annotations. Anyways, that's what's all is due this week. That is everything that is due this week. And with that being said, I will see you guys in week 10, and I will definitely have a different shirt on because I am done re-recording videos. Have a good one. Bye-bye.